There's a reason only a few people in this world truly succeed. It's not because they're smarter. It's not because they were born lucky. It's not because they had better parents, better money, or better opportunities. It's because they developed one skill, one unshakable force that most people will never master. That force is self-discipline. Motivation will make you start, but self-discipline will make you finish. And that's where most people fall apart. Everybody gets excited at the beginning. The first day at the gym, the first page of a new business plan, the first morning they wake up early, full of energy. But after a few days, when the excitement fades, they stop. They quit. Because motivation isn't meant to last. It's an emotion. Motivation is like a spark. It burns bright, but dies fast. Self-discipline, however, is the fire that keeps burning through the night. If you only act when you feel good, you will never achieve greatness. If you only move when you're motivated, you'll live your entire life waiting for the perfect feeling. And here's the truth: you will never feel like it. You will never feel ready. You will never feel comfortable doing what is difficult. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline doesn't negotiate with your comfort zone. Discipline is action. Consistent, deliberate, unstoppable action taken despite doubt, despite fear, despite tiredness. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary understood this law. They learned to do what needed to be done, especially when they didn't feel like doing it. Because self-discipline is freedom. The freedom to control your destiny, to shape your body, your mind, your life, instead of being controlled by laziness, fear, and distraction. Ask yourself this: how many times have you promised yourself, "Tomorrow I'll start"? How many times have you said, "I'll wake up early," or "I'll change my habits"? And how many times did you let yourself down? That's not because you're weak. It's because your mind was trained for comfort, and discipline is the opposite of comfort. You see, every day your mind gives you two options: the easy path, where you get immediate pleasure, or the hard path, where you get long-term success. Most people choose the easy path and wonder why nothing changes. But those who choose the hard path, the disciplined path, they create empires, they build legacies, they rise while others sleep. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without it, your dreams are nothing but empty wishes. With it, your dreams become inevitable. Let me say this again. Discipline is doing what you know must be done, even when you don't want to do it. When you feel lazy, discipline moves you. When you feel afraid, discipline pushes you forward. When you feel like quitting, discipline reminds you who you're becoming. That's the mindset of warriors, leaders, and winners. Now, let's go deeper. Every goal, every dream, every ambition you have will demand a price, and that price is self-discipline. Want a better body? You'll pay in sweat, early mornings, clean meals. Want success? You'll pay in focus, sacrifice, and relentless effort. Want happiness? You'll pay in self-control, patience, and gratitude. The problem is, most people want success at a discount. They want greatness without the grind. They want results without resistance. But life doesn't work that way. You either suffer the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. Let that sink in. Regret will break your soul in ways that discipline never could.
You can't escape the struggle, but you can choose your pain. The pain that builds you or the pain that destroys you. And that's what separates the successful from the average. Their choice. They choose discomfort now for freedom later. They choose effort now for victory later. They choose the hard way every single day. Remember, discipline doesn't show up in public. It happens in silence. When nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when nobody even believes in you, that's when discipline is born. It's born in the gym at 5 a.m. when it's cold and dark. It's born at your desk when you study after everyone else stopped. It's born in those moments when quitting would be easier, but you keep going. That's where you earn your power. That's where you build your strength. That's where you separate yourself from the crowd. So, if you want to achieve something that most people won't, you must be willing to do what most people don't. Because in the end, your habits create your future. And discipline is the root of every great habit.
Part 2. The foundation of self-discipline. Now that you understand the truth, that motivation fades and discipline lasts, let's dig into the foundation. Self-discipline is not some mysterious talent reserved for a chosen few. It's a skill. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But here's the catch. Most people never train it. They leave it weak, flabby, fragile, and then they wonder why life keeps breaking them down. Discipline begins with ownership. The moment you take complete responsibility for your life, you take the first step towards self-mastery. No excuses, no blaming, no waiting for someone else to fix your life. Every setback, every failure, every hardship, that's yours. Own it. Embrace it. Learn from it. Because discipline doesn't thrive in a victim mentality. It thrives in a warrior mindset. Number 1. Understanding the power of choice. Every single day, you face hundreds of decisions. Some are small, like, do I hit snooze or get up? Some are big, like, do I invest in my future or waste my time? Every choice has consequences. And here's the truth. Your destiny is shaped by the choices you make when no one is watching. Self-discipline is about making the right choice consistently, even when it's hard. It's about prioritizing the long term over the short term. It's about saying no to what feels good now so you can say yes to the life you want tomorrow. Number 2. The daily rituals of discipline. Discipline is not a single act. It's a series of daily actions. It's the routines you follow, the standards you set, and the consistency you maintain. The most successful people in the world don't rely on luck. They rely on structure. They rely on routines. They rely on habits that reinforce their goals. Ask yourself, are your mornings empowering or draining? Are your evenings preparing you for success or stealing your energy? Are your daily actions aligned with the life you want or just filling the hours with distraction? Your life is the sum of your daily habits. And if your habits aren't helping you grow, it's time to change them. Number 3. Training the mind to follow through. Discipline is not just physical, it's mental. It's about training your mind to follow through even when you feel resistance. Here's a secret. Your mind will fight you every step of the way. It will invent excuses. It will convince you that rest is better than progress. It will whisper, "You deserve a break. You'll start tomorrow." But a disciplined mind doesn't listen to excuses. A disciplined mind says, "I don't care how I feel. I care about what I will become." Number 4, the 3 pillars of self-discipline. To build an unshakable foundation, focus on 3 pillars. Pillar 1, clarity. You cannot discipline what you do not understand. Know exactly what you want, why you want it, and what it will take to achieve it. Clarity gives purpose to your effort. Without it, discipline is aimless. Pillar 2, accountability. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. Track your progress, write down your commitments, and measure your results. Accountability turns promises into obligations, and obligations create results. Pillar 3, consistency. Discipline is meaningless without repetition. It's the 1% improvements every day, the small actions repeated without fail that compound into extraordinary results. Consistency is what transforms ordinary people into legends. Number 5, real-life examples. Think about the athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders you inspire. Michael Jordan practiced basketball thousands of hours before he became the greatest at ever. Oprah Winfrey faced rejection and failure, but she disciplined herself to keep learning and showing up every single day. Elon Musk works relentlessly, sacrificing comfort for the future he envisions.
None of them relied on motivation alone. None of them waited for the perfect moment. They built their lives through daily acts of discipline. And you can do the same. You just need to commit, over and over again, to actions that serve your goals. Overcoming resistance. Resistance is inevitable. Every day, life will test you. Your energy will dip, your distractions will rise, and your mind will beg for ease. Here's how to overcome it. Visualize the end result. Imagine how your life will look if you follow through. Let that vision burn in your mind. Start small. Discipline grows from small victories. Make your bed. Complete one task. Take one step forward. The momentum builds. Reward yourself strategically. Positive reinforcement strengthens habit formation. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Remember, resistance is a sign that you're growing. It's a test to separate the dreamers from the doers. The disciplined mindset. A disciplined person sees challenges as opportunities. A disciplined person sees pain as temporary, but regret as permanent. A disciplined person doesn't rely on feelings. They rely on principles, standards, and action. Ask yourself, are you letting comfort dictate your future? Are you letting temporary pleasure sabotage long-term success? If the answer is yes, it's time to change. Discipline isn't a punishment, it's liberation. It's the freedom to create the life you were meant to live. Closing thoughts for part 2. So here's your call to action for today. Start with small, deliberate actions. Wake up earlier than usual. Focus on your work without distraction. Push your body, sharpen your mind, and refuse to quit. Because every great life begins with one choice, the choice to be disciplined. You are capable of more than you realize, but you will never reach your potential if you rely on motivation alone. Discipline is the bridge. Discipline is the weapon. Discipline is the difference between dreams and reality. Next up, Fire. Part 3. The battle between comfort and growth. We'll tackle the struggle you face every day, the mental war inside you, and how to overcome it to push yourself beyond limits. Part 3. The battle between comfort and growth. Every single day, there's a battle happening inside you. It's invisible, it's silent, but it's real. It's the fight between comfort and growth. On one side is comfort, the voice that whispers, "Stay in bed a little longer. Skip the workout.
Take it easy. You've done enough. It sounds gentle. It sounds reasonable. But comfort is a liar. Comfort kills ambition. Comfort destroys potential. Comfort whispers in your ear until it becomes your truth, until your dreams slowly die inside you. And on the other side, there's growth. Growth demands sacrifice. Growth demands pain. Growth demands that you walk into discomfort and do the hard things even when everything in you screams stop. The truth is simple. You cannot have growth and comfort at the same time. You must choose. If you choose comfort, you choose mediocrity. If you choose growth, you choose greatness. The trap of comfort. Comfort is the most dangerous addiction in the world. People think addiction means drugs or alcohol, but no, the most common addiction is comfort. It's scrolling endlessly on your phone. It's staying in the same routine. It's doing the same easy thing every day because it feels safe. Comfort is where dreams go to die quietly. And the sad part is most people don't even notice it happening. They tell themselves, I'm fine. They say, maybe later. But later never comes. So understand this. Comfort isn't rest. It's decay. It's slow death disguised as peace. If you want to be extraordinary, you must break free from comfort. You must learn to be uncomfortable on purpose, because discomfort is where strength is born. The pain principle. Growth always comes with pain, but it's a specific kind of pain. It's the pain of discipline, the pain of effort, the pain of stretching beyond what feels easy. That pain is not punishment, it's progress. It's life shaping you into something stronger, sharper, greater. When you train your body, your muscles tear so they can rebuild stronger. When you train your mind, your comfort zone breaks so your confidence can expand. When you train your habits, your old identity dies so a new one can rise. Stop running from pain, because the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. How the mind tricks you. Your brain's primary job is to keep you safe, not successful. It doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about survival. That's why it fights you when you try to grow. The moment you try to wake up earlier, to study harder, to build something new, your brain resists. It tells you you're tired. It tells you you deserve a break. It tells you you can do it tomorrow. That's not truth. That's fear. Your mind isn't your enemy, but it's not your leader either. It's a tool. You must control it, not obey it. Discipline means mastering your emotions and commanding your mind. It means saying, I run this, not my feelings. The power of sacrifice. Discipline demands sacrifice. You will lose comfort, convenience, and even approval from others. But that's the cost of becoming exceptional. You can't have late nights of laziness and early mornings of success. You can't have distractions and focus at the same time. You can't keep everyone happy and build your dream at once. You must choose what you're willing to give up, because everything great requires a trade. If you want freedom, you must give up excuses. If you want success, you must give up comfort. If you want growth, you must give up who you were to become who you're meant to be. That's not easy, but that's the price. Discipline versus feelings. Feelings are temporary. Discipline is permanent.
If you let your feelings run your life, you'll live like a roller coaster. Up when you feel good, down when you don't. But discipline gives you stability. It gives you control. Because when you're disciplined, it doesn't matter how you feel, you act based on commitment, not emotion. Every successful person you admire has felt tired, afraid, unmotivated, and doubtful, but they acted anyway. They didn't wait to feel ready, they created readiness through action. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. Motivation creates results. So if you want to feel motivated, don't wait for the feeling, start moving. Building strength through discomfort. When you step outside your comfort zone, your limits expand. That's how strength is built. Every time you push through resistance, you become more powerful, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. When you force yourself to wake up early, when you push through the last rep, when you choose to focus instead of giving up, you are training your mind for victory. Think of discomfort as your gym. Every time you feel that resistance and push through it, you're lifting the weight of self-discipline. And with every rep, you grow. The stronger your discipline, the more unstoppable you become. The reward beyond comfort. Here's the beautiful part. When you live with discipline long enough, your discomfort becomes your comfort. You stop fearing the hard work. You start craving it. You stop avoiding challenges. You start chasing them. Because you realize that every moment of struggle was shaping you. Every sacrifice was sculpting your strength. Every day you said no to comfort, you said yes to greatness. That's the transformation. That's what discipline does. Closing thoughts for part 3. The war between comfort and growth never ends. Even the strongest people fight it daily. The difference is, they fight to win. So the next time your mind whispers, "Take it easy," remind yourself, comfort is the enemy. Every second spent in comfort is a second stolen from your potential. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the real growth begins. When you embrace that truth, discipline stops being a burden. It becomes your power. Next up, part 4, emotional buildup and powerful ending. The final part, a high-energy emotional. You've made it this far because deep down, you know something powerful. You were not born to live an average life. You were not created to simply exist, go through the motions, and die with your potential still locked inside you. You were made for something greater. And that greatness will only be unlocked through one thing: discipline. Let me tell you this. Dreams are beautiful, goals are powerful, vision gives you direction, but without discipline, they mean nothing. Dreams without discipline are fantasies. Goals without discipline are wishes. Vision without discipline is an illusion. Discipline is what turns someday into today. It's what turns ideas into reality. It's what separates the people who say, "I wish I could," from the ones who say, "I did." The emotional turning point. There will come a day, maybe it's today, maybe it's tomorrow, when you will stand in front of the mirror and realize something. That nobody is coming to save you. That nobody is going to force you to change. That nobody is responsible for your life except you. And in that moment, you will have two choices. You can continue blaming your past, your parents, your luck, your circumstances, or you can look yourself in the eye and say, "Enough. From this day on, I take control." That moment, that decision, is where true power begins. Because once you accept full responsibility for your life, you become unstoppable. The world can throw storms at you, but you'll keep standing. Life can hit you hard, but you'll keep moving. Because you'll know you have the discipline to rise no matter what. The truth about greatness. Every great person you admire went through this transformation. They faced moments of doubt, fear, and exhaustion, but they didn't stop. They pushed when their body said no. They kept going when their mind begged for rest.
They did the work no one saw, in silence, for years. And one day the world called them lucky. But luck had nothing to do with it. It was self-discipline. It was the daily grind. It was the refusal to quit when everything felt impossible. Success doesn't come to those who wish, it comes to those who work. And discipline is the language of work. If you speak it daily, success will understand you. If you live it daily, success will follow you. Why discipline equals freedom. It sounds strange, but the more disciplined you are, the freer you become. Think about it. When you discipline your mind, you're free from distraction. When you discipline your emotions, you're free from chaos. When you discipline your body, you're free from weakness. When you discipline your time, you're free from regret. Discipline gives you control over your life. Without it, life controls you. Most people are prisoners of their impulses, slaves to laziness, temptation, and fear. But not you, not if you choose discipline. When you live with discipline, you become the master of your fate. You design your life with purpose and you execute it with precision. That's real freedom. The power of identity. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Discipline is not something you do, it's something you become. When you identify as a disciplined person, your entire life changes. You no longer ask, "Should I?" You simply say, "This is what I do." A disciplined person doesn't decide every morning whether to act. They act because it's who they are. So stop trying to have discipline. Start being disciplined. Adopt it as your identity. Say it until it becomes truth. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. Because once it becomes part of who you are, nothing can shake it. The emotional buildup. Now listen closely because this is where it gets real. There will come a day when you feel broken. There will be nights when your dreams seem too far away. There will be moments when nobody believes in you, not your friends, not your family, not even yourself. But that's when you remember why you started. That's when you remind yourself of the fire that burns inside you. That's when you look at your reflection and say, "I am not done yet." Discipline is what carries you through those dark moments. It's what pushes you when motivation disappears. It's what keeps you standing when the world tries to knock you down. You can't fake discipline. You can't borrow it. You can't buy it. You earn it through struggle, sacrifice, and persistence. Every day you choose discipline, you become a little stronger. Every day you win the battle against laziness, you become a little freer. Every day you act on your commitments, you become a little closer to greatness. What happens when you stay disciplined? If you stay consistent long enough, something magical happens. Your mind transforms, your habits transform, your life transforms. What used to be hard becomes normal. What used to scare you becomes exciting. What used to seem impossible becomes your new reality. Because discipline rewires your entire being. It trains your brain to pursue excellence. It teaches you to endure, to adapt, to overcome. And before you know it, success stops being a dream and becomes your lifestyle. The final challenge. So, here's my challenge to you. When you wake up tomorrow, before you check your phone, before you scroll, before you complain, remind yourself of this one truth. Nobody is responsible for your greatness but you. You have two choices. You can stay the same, live for comfort, and settle for average. Or you can rise with discipline, live with purpose, and build the life you were meant to live. You can either let your feelings control your future, or you can let your discipline create it. The choice is yours, every day, every moment, every decision.
The powerful ending. Let me leave you with this. Discipline is not the enemy of joy. Discipline is the foundation of it. When you're disciplined, you don't live in guilt, regret, or frustration. You live in pride, peace, and power. When you're disciplined, you don't chase happiness, you create it. When you're disciplined, you don't hope for success, you become it. So starting today, decide that no matter what happens, you will show up. You will do the work. You will stay committed. Because discipline will not just change